Hello YouTube, Colorful Codes here. So today I finally have a positive update to share with all of you, much needed on this channel. But I got an apprenticeship, and right now I want to do a video about my 1 month experience so far in the apprenticeship slash internship. It's for a few months, so I just thought I'd update you guys and just tell you about it and what my experience has been like thus far. Yes, so I got an acceptance from this company a while ago, and I think I told some of you when you asked me, like on my blog or Instagram or YouTube. Yeah, so basically 40 hours a week, I get paid to learn, which is absolutely amazing. So for 40 hours a week, I just study and study. So obviously this was very exciting news, getting accepted. Very bittersweet, especially since you guys saw since my last video that I was studying for the CompTIA, and I'm still studying for that. I'm still studying for the CompTIA exam to get my A+ certification, but I'm also doing this apprenticeship, which is also really cool and amazing. So I actually created a video my first day at the apprenticeship. It's super corny, like I'm cheesing throughout the whole video, so I'm not gonna post that at all. I'm probably gonna post it on my blog. That's probably it. It's a little bit cringy. But yeah, I was just so excited. Like, it felt so surreal, like being in the office environment. Yeah. Especially when you spent so long alone in your room coding. Yeah, so I actually applied to this company before, actually the year before I applied to it, and I actually got rejected, but this time I actually applied really late, the day it was due, and I got it, which is pretty great, because towards that time I stopped applying to jobs completely, to software development jobs, and I was just studying for the CompTIA. Yeah, so my first day was pretty cool. There's another apprentice, and she's really cool, so that's awesome. And I remember when when they went over the general information and we met with like the CEOs, I almost cried during the meeting because I wanted to just go over the table and just hug him and be like, thank you for giving me a chance. I was pretty much on the border of tears. But yeah, it's pretty dope because at this apprenticeship, we're using a lot of full stack JavaScript. So I did a video on command line basics, and I did a video on aliases, which is what we learned our first week at the apprenticeship. And now we're in Node.js, we're in object-oriented programming. Yeah, and we'd be testing this week, and solid techniques, which I had read about before previously when I applied to 8th Light. They also do solid techniques. Yeah. And it's pretty cool because I've been meaning to touch JavaScript for the longest while. I've been stuck in this Python world for so long, and pretty much just doing all Python. I actually just started doing more front-end Python very recently. For example, Flask. I made a Flask blog because I really wanted to, since my Python background is so extensive and pretty much that's just mainly what I'm skilled at, mostly in that language. So I just thought it would be cool to finally learn Flask, which I did. I followed a YouTube tutorial, and I'm still working on the blog, but it's pretty cool. I get to use authentication, and it's basically a daily journal. We're encouraged to create a daily journal while we're in our apprenticeship, so I have that blog available in the description box below. However, it is in Spanish. So if you don't speak Spanish, you're gonna have to either utilize what do you call it, Google Translate, or just whatever. I thought I would like balance out my, like strengthen my Spanish while also like working in this apprenticeship, because I don't know, languages was my hobby before coding was, and I'm taking my C1 Spanish exam in like the summer, so I was like, I might as well maintain my Spanish. I don't want it to decrease like my other languages. So for the most part, I've been doing a lot of Node.js, and I signed up for Team Treehouse as well for the object-oriented aspect of it. Just making sure. Which is really cool. I feel like I'm finally understanding object-oriented programming a lot more, and we're still pretty new on utilizing solid principles. But yeah, Node is pretty cool. I kind of avoided JavaScript for the longest while, but I mean, once you learn one programming language, it's not too hard to learn the next one, I believe. So yeah, so we're focusing on backend right now, and then we're eventually going to move towards like front end, like JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and all that. Yeah, so one of the main benefits that I really like about this apprenticeship is just not only the amount of support, which I'm going to get into the culture, but we have time to work on whatever we want to work on in terms of projects. And then we have a curriculum to follow as well. So that's pretty cool. Like this week, I actually had my reviews, which we have to do monthly, and we have to show the team, well, part of the team, everything that we've learned thus far. So for me, I just like told them everything that I had been working on personally and before. And I do have 2 major projects that I wanted to work on, and I thought I would do them one of them I never finished. One that I never finished before. I used like HTML, CSS, I think Bootstrap, and I was using like a MySQL database for like one of my old projects. And I wanted to do a lot of user authentication, and I was planning on just using Flask for that. But I just thought these next 2 significant projects that I have in mind, I would probably most likely just use full stack JavaScript, and my Flask blog would just be my Python. But obviously every algorithm that I do is going to be in Python. Maybe I'll do JavaScript also just to like strengthen it in my mind, but Python is like my not brainstorming, but like specifically for the algorithms, data structures, that's my go-to language. Okay, so other things that are pretty cool in terms of just assistance would have to be that we have like office hours available to us every single day. It's a mid-sized company, so you practically always have a few office hours available, so that you don't feel like you don't have anyone to go to, and everyone is just, I kind of want to go into the culture right now. Like everyone is just so nice. It's crazy. It's really crazy how open and helpful and just supportive everyone is on, helping us clarify our goals. And it's just in terms of where we want to be towards the end of the apprenticeship, which is several months. It's almost half a year. So they're pretty open. They tell us that just to tell them our goals on where we see ourselves at the end of the year, and whichever goals that we want to go to, whether it's not programming related, anything, or whether there's other companies that we're interested, or whether pretty much anything, they want to help us reach there. So yeah, that's just super cool. Yeah, so I Zoom a lot with the members. I just put in any type of question that I have in our Slack, and whether my coworkers are in the office or not, because a lot of them are remote. There's a lot of remote people in the company. They will like Zoom me, and they will help me with anything. So it's not just the people in the office that are very helpful. it's pretty much everyone in the entire organization pretty balanced. So that's been also amazing. And there's also so much always going on that I really enjoy. Like lunchtime is pretty exciting, and just there's always events happening. We have like weekly, what is it? We have a monthly luncheon code. Every 2 weeks, I think we have like on a Friday, everyone gets together and just shows everyone what they've been working on as a team. And yeah, and monthly there's always something going on that I can't even keep track of the amount of events happening. So most likely in my blog post I will break down each and everything, but it's a pretty interesting company, especially in terms of what they value. For example, if they send a coworker away to an event at a conference or something, everyone on the team steps to the plate and they take care of that person's family in terms of like buying them meals or like picking them up from school or whatever. And in terms of like they're very open with like working remote. The work culture, it's very healthy, I feel like, because the second 5 p.m. hits, like the office is gone. People are pretty much out the office, out the doors at like 4:30. Everyone almost. And it's like mandatory vacation. Like I believe if you take your mandatory vacation before October, you get money, like extra money. So it's kind of like a perk to take your vacation. And there's a multitude of things that I'm probably forgetting that I'll add in my blog post. But I am really enjoying this experience. It's pretty cool, and I wish that more people had the opportunity to be able to get guided and learn and get, like not have to worry about like finances and that sort of thing. So it's like, it's pretty cool to have this opportunity. Also, one unfortunate, I shouldn't say, yeah, it is unfortunate. So I did injure myself, unfortunately. So I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, like my hands, they're still not functioning properly. I thought I had a tennis elbow, and then I thought I had cubital tunnel syndrome, which is like maybe the same thing. Because I went to the gym and I was doing overhead lat pull downs, and then when I was coming down, it was like a wide grip. I felt this sharp pain in my elbow, and I'm still recovering from it. So I went to physical therapy. I had a pain cash because, anyways, long story. And they told me that I have tricep tendonitis. So I've been having to, it's crazy. Like I've tried so many different things. Obviously, when you get injured, you have to ice and all this stuff. So I've been like wearing this because I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, like the PT guy, he said it's tricep tendonitis, but my hands hurt too. So I've been pretty slow on the computer, and I've been trying to take a lot of breaks. And it's like equally. It's like when I injure one, like when I injured my knees in the gym also, it's like both legs are injured, and it's like both of my arms are injured too. So it kind of sucks having this, because this wrist is already weak because I used to do a lot of push-ups in the gym, and I guess my form was bad. So yeah, I actually ordered a wrist brace. So it kind of sucks because these are my money makers. But yeah, hopefully it gets a lot better. I've been doing a lot of physical therapy and all those YouTube videos and going to PT and all that stuff. So hopefully in the next few weeks my fingers are fully functioning, because it sucks. Like they hurt, my hands hurt sometimes, and then the first thing was like I was getting numb. That's why I thought it was like cubital tunnel. But the PT guy said it's okay, and I just strained my triceps. So we will see. We'll see. Hopefully it gets better. So I also forgot to mention earlier that in our reviews, we also get feedback from the team monthly. So the feedback, normally well, the feedback, I got my first feedback yesterday. So it was all constructive criticism. I shouldn't even say criticism. I believe I had like 10 people or so like review me, give me feedback, and they were pretty much all positive. And then there was, some things that they mentioned that I could improve on. So that's pretty cool. I wasn't offended by anything. I agreed. So I really appreciate, because it helps guide me in a way and makes me focus on what I need to work on. Also, in terms of pay, I don't think I should be saying how much I get paid or if I'm allowed to or not, but it's not a lot. Like, it's not anywhere near what you would get paid at like Microsoft or anything like that. It's literally bare minimum in terms of I could pay my rent, I could pay my tithe, food, going out. It pretty much breaks even, and I could pay my student loans. That's pretty much it. Nothing special where you're like running, like, oh my gosh, I gotta work. Like, definitely not. So I really want to make more videos without compromising quality. Definitely want to make more algorithm videos for sure. I plan on tackling a lot of LeetCode. Now, last week I was doing a bunch of Code Wars. I'm at 5Q. I'm actually in the 96th percentile on Code Wars. I think it's because I solved like 90 algorithms, and a lot of people just, they just practice a little bit and they leave or whatever. So I really want to get to 4Q. That's like my main goal this month. But obviously, yeah, so I really feel like I need to make a serious effort to start tackling LeetCode. So I really want to tackle the Explore 50, the easy and the medium. I feel like I've been a wimp for so long when it comes to LeetCode medium questions, and I feel like I'm in a position where I should just be just doing them a lot, because I feel like if I made it to the 5Q on Code Wars, I can manage these LeetCode mediums, and those big tech companies, that's what they ask for. And I don't know, I really want to get strong at dynamic programming and backtracking, and what is it? There's a few other ones that I'm just so weak at. I feel like I'm weak at graphs too. Also, even though you guys did see me do that number of islands algorithm, which I learned a lot from. And I want to do a video about using Python Tutor, which is amazing, and being able to break down your algorithms. So that's a major goal. And there's a few other things, maybe a few reviews coming out. But for the most part, I'm just pretty satisfied. I'm very happy to finally have something, where like I'm just not stressed, and just like something to look forward to, and just finally in an office learning and growing and working on something, because it just felt like, how long was it? Like, it was so long. A year and a half? I gave up a lot, so that's probably why. But yeah, so for the most part, I'm trying to balance my work at the Apprenticeship, mastering full stack development, utilizing a lot of authentication and databases and stuff, because I've done that before, but I never like really did it where it's like a full-fledged, like super cool project. And I'm really excited for the front end aspect, because I feel like my front end is pretty trash and CSS and centering is quite difficult. And as far as like, what do you call it when I forgot, but when you make a website and then it looks good on your phone, I need to work on that. I believe that's like breakpoints. When I did the Udacity course, I learned it, but I didn't really get to practice it as much in terms of projects, because I always ran back to Python. Yeah, so algorithms, CompTIA, which I believe I'm taking the test in like a month. Hold me to that. I believe I'm taking the test in a month for the 901. I've been a little bit behind because I'm trying to do my apprenticeship. Algorithms, CompTIA, apprenticeship. Those are like my main priorities at the moment. And yeah. And making more videos for all of you. So thank you all for watching. If I forget anything, just let me know in the comment section. Obviously, for every video I make, there's always a blog for it. So yeah, thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.